Wow. Oscar De La Hoya finally admits that Ryan Garcia ain't fighting Pacquiao next, and he ain't fighting Gervonta Tank Davis next. He indirectly reveals that to the boxing fans. Ego Stradamus strikes again. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, the channel donations, all that good stuff. Hit the bell notification icon for more content. Using my link, you can also get TUBEBUDDY. TUBEBUDDY is a browser extension to level up your YouTube content. It does not matter what genre you're in, but TUBEBUDDY can help. It's a great strategy. I personally use it on the daily for these videos that you see and or hear, like this one right now. Use TUBEBUDDY. Use my link in the description if you want to level up that content. Now, Dan Rafael has an interview with Oscar De La Hoya. Very interesting things were discussed. On his website, Fight Freaks Unite, Oscar De La Hoya had this to say, quote, "We have a kid in Ryan Garcia who wants to go straight to the top, and I don't blame him. We're working on Ryan Garcia's next fight, but obviously with the whole Pacquiao situation, it was never on the table." When you have Ryan Garcia sending a post on Instagram, the world is going to hear about it. And he kind of tied our hands behind our back when he announced he only wants to fight Pacquiao or Tank Davis. As you know, those are two fights that are almost impossible to make right now. Wow. De La Hoya continues and says, Devin Haney would be a great fight to make when you have Ryan Garcia only wanting to fight Manny Pacquiao. It's up to my promoter and Boxingego if When you have Ryan Garcia only wanting to fight Manny Pacquiao or Gervonta Tank Davis, we still have work. We still have to work. Hopefully sooner or later we can talk some sense into him and get something done. We're hoping by late April. Wow. Now, this is terrible news for old media. For one, Ego Stradamus strikes again. The incomparable, the unstoppable. Make sure you smash the like button. So you have Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy promoter, and he says, hopefully we can talk some sense into Ryan Garcia. He says Ryan only wants to fight two guys, Manny Pacquiao and Tank Davis. And he's saying those two fights are next or near impossible to make. So what does that tell you? That tells you that Ego Stradamus, all these videos that I have made, all these projections, all these predictions have been right regarding this situation. I told you that in my opinion, now I always have to preface it as an opinion because that's what it is until it's confirmed or denied, proven true or proven false. But I give you guys these prophecies and let you know where my head's at. And I told you I didn't really see Ryan Garcia and Manny Pacquiao next. It was such a weird fight. The teams didn't seem like they were all on the same page. You had De La Hoya and Eric Gomez of Golden Boy who promote Ryan, and they're saying, nah, he jumped the gun. It won't happen. Not happening next. They were saying stuff like this. I'm just paraphrasing. You know, Oscar did a interview at one of his other fights. Someone caught up with him. You can literally see Oscar De La Hoya. It's like a video. See, you got to be tapped in. That's why you guys got to come back to my channel for the latest and greatest. See, I save you guys a step. I make videos about all current, hot, and trending topics and, you know, the latest and greatest. So you guys don't really have to work much for it. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and come back, and then the content is nicely packaged for you guys, right? So make sure you guys hit the bell notification. But De La Hoya did a video. Again, I do the research so you guys don't have to. De La Hoya did it. If there's a video of him, and he says it's just Instagram talk, meaning Ryan Garcia and Manny Pacquiao. That's the fight he was talking about. He's saying that's just Instagram talk and there's really no truth to it. I haven't heard from Pacquiao's team, stuff like that. And now he's doing Fight Freaks United interviews, and he's saying pretty much the same thing. And he says we got our work cut out for us. Hopefully we could talk some sense into Ryan Garcia. So it's bad news for old media because, once again, like always, they're wrong. He also said the Tank fight, I just read the quote for you, is next or near impossible to make. So between his relationship or lack thereof with Al Heyman and Mayweather Promotions, and Tank being a Mayweather Promotions fighter, it doesn't look like this fight is going to happen next either. So that's going to be 2 strikes for Ryan Garcia. And I tell you guys all the time, fighters need to, one, assemble the team that you can control. Like if you feel that you have all the better ideas, like it doesn't make sense to me that fighters are allowing someone to take 20, 30, 40% of their money or whatever your deal is, and you don't have any faith in that team, and you go AWOL and they're saying one thing. So to me, in boxing, we get this a lot, especially with younger fighters and especially with the emergence of social media. It looks extremely bad when the team is not on the same accord, when there's no unison in commonality in the message. You're saying you're fighting Pacquiao, and your handlers, your promoters that take a cut of your money that you're signed to are like, no, he's not. You said you only want to fight Pacquiao or Tank, and don't give me no names unless it's them. So now Ryan Garcia is going to be proven to be a capper or a liar if he fights anybody but them. So it's just making the whole situation complex. So unless you're a boss and you have that type of creative control, a la like Mayweather or maybe even a Canelo Alvarez, it doesn't make sense to do a million social media posts and or interviews and videos. These fighters need like strong PR teams, because like they need to screen, instead of just having access to any YouTuber or anybody to interview you. Maybe your PR people need to set that up and screen the questions, or send me the interview before you publish it, stuff like that, because it just looks bad. It looks bad. Ryan is on tape walking down the street saying, I'm only fighting Manny Pacquiao, which he later came out and said he's not fighting him. So now we're down to Gervonta Tank Davis. But now your very own promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, former fighter and legend and promoter, is saying that Pacquiao and the Tank fight are pretty much impossible to make. And he didn't really elaborate why he feels they're impossible to make. I gave you a couple suggestions of why it could be difficult to make. And it could be they don't want you to fight those 2 dangerous southpaws, Pacquiao or Tank. So to me, this is just a bad look for Ryan's brand. I know he has popularity, and I know some people don't want to hear this, but I'm just only trying to help as a neutral party. It's a bad look when these teams are out here saying 3 different things. Eric Gomez will say something, De La Hoya will say something, Ryan and his dad will say something. You're liable to get 3-4 stories out of one camp, and it's just a bad look. So I feel like have group meetings every Sunday or something. Y'all go to church together, or do a Zoom meeting or a FaceTime or a WhatsApp group chat, something, so people could be on the same page as to what's the directive. But it just looks wild and crazy when Ryan Garcia is using his social media, and he has like 8 million plus. He has more followers than Canelo and De La Hoya and Golden Boy. You know what I'm saying? So he's showing like 8.5 million Instagram subscribers, and you're misinforming them or misleading them because your promoters don't want to put you in with these guys, and or they don't want to make these fights, and or they're not going to make these fights, or whatever the situation is that keeps getting us to this point. So, people are going to say Ryan's capping when he just keeps saying he's fighting 1 or 2 guys. Like, that's not how the laws of attraction even work. I believe in the laws of attraction too, but you can't just say, I want to be a billionaire, and have no actionable items or plan, or make those incremental advancements day by day with no hard work, dedication behind it, and then $1 billion is just in your bank account because of the laws of attraction. That's not how it works. Laws of attraction is you got to take steps forward every single day utilize your time, and then over the course of time, you know, these manifestations will come true. But right now, it's like Ryan is just saying, oh, I'm gonna fight Pacquiao, and it's a dream come true, and he's posting on social media, but there's no groundwork. He's not like becoming a free agent so he can do whatever he wants, regardless of Golden Boy and what they say. So you gotta at least, that's what I'm saying, these fighters and camps, they gotta at least do that. Like, if you want to be your own boss, then buy yourself out your contract or never sign the contract and do it independent if you don't need nobody. You see what I'm saying? So I can't tell Ryan Garcia how to move. I'm just giving you my advice, you know? If you want to do it by yourself and you don't need Golden Boy to help and get you exposure and get you to that level, then do it by yourself for real. And then now you don't have to worry about, you don't have to get Oscar's, you don't have to get his opinion, or you can veto his opinion and say, hey, I'm going over your head. I'm making this fight anyway. You know what I mean? So it's like the fighters gotta you gotta just know your role. Either you're a boss in this situation or you're an employee. It's kind of hard to be both. And again, it's just weird when, if you want to have that duality to your role, maybe learn the business a little bit to see why, because De La Hoya's been in the business, you know what I'm saying? So he might have a reason why he's moving you like he's moving. So either way, it just don't make sense. If you are letting people take percentages of your money and you guys aren't on the same page, it's like, why are they taking percentage of your money? So as a entrepreneur myself, that's a no-go. I always cut out the middleman. If at all possible, if I don't need someone to do something, then that's it. It's going to be a direct transaction. So either you need, but sometimes in business, people do need help. Like, you're like, hey, I'm not a graphic designer, you know, or it'll take too much of my time trying to graphic design, so let me just pay someone to do it. Or, hey, I need somebody to be a videographer or write this treatment. You know what I'm saying? Different things like that. It's kind of hard to be both. So I feel like Ryan, if he's the fighter and businessman and wants to do things his way, then he has to figure out how he can do that with his current deal. But he just signed an extension not too long ago when he was beefing with Oscar De La Hoya, and it looks like they're still not on the same page. You know, maybe Guadalupe Valencia, his advisor and his dad and family want one thing, but Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy, maybe they want something different. So they got to find a way to bridge that gap, because publicly this looks bad and it keeps happening. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Also, use my link for ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus, click the link. You can get it as a standalone app or get the bundle. ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, all three apps for one low price, $12.99. I promise 2021, we working. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.